My name's Isaac Rosner, and this is DIY Speed. Look at what we have here. I don't even know what I'm looking at. What year is it? 2000? 2002? I don't know. Early 2000s, Dodge Dakota. I got a phone call last night saying it's going to be towed, which that sticker on the windshield is saying it's going to be towed. So the owner called me up and said, I don't want it. Can you come take it? And I said, yes. So now I own a Dodge Dakota. It has a key now. Initially, he had lost the keys, and a locksmith came and rekeyed it. This was awesome. I didn't have to pay for that portion. So for $500, so far the only thing I see that's somewhat alarming is the shape of the frame rail right there. But other than that, that is not bad. The interior, I'll do a better walk around once I get this thing started, is not bad either. So I got to get this to the shop. I have no idea if it runs and drives. I have no idea if I have no idea what's going on here, anything about it. It's time to get to work. It's got oil in it, overfilled with oil. Do not overfill. Oh no, it's below the line, so that's fine. Let's see what else here. Transmission fluid, that looks good. Yeah, this thing's been parked in this spot for a year now. You can tell. So the build up here, that's at least a fall and a spring worth of shit that has fallen into there. So it has oil and transmission fluid. Let's check the radiator. Plumb full of radiator fluid. 1 second, we'll look at that again. Yeah, that's fine. Brake lines, whatever. We'll do a full walkthrough soon, but it's got some updates to it. It's a pretty sweet truck. $500. Let's get some jumper cables on it, get it started, I suppose. And with that, I grabbed a pair of jumper cables and boosted this truck to life. Seems to run pretty good. It's a pretty nice interior. ABS light and brake light on. Got all the oil pressure right now. But it also sounds like it has a knock to it. So I want to close that door and lock myself out. Although it's running so nicely, something is rattling or knocking here, and I actually think it's like this idler pulley. It's definitely rod knock. Something on in the front accessories. That's the problem here, not actual rod knock. It's possible it has rod knock, but thick oil will help that. Oh, nice, it's still registered. And then transport this. Let's see if it has brakes. I guess that would be important. I have not touched the brake pedal. Let's see what happens. Right to the floor. Darn. Okay, this needs to be towed. Now that I was confident that this truck would run, I went ahead and called a local towing company and had them pick it up and bring it over to the shop. And there we are. So, we're at the shop. It just got delivered. What do we need to do? I gotta wash it before I bring it inside and let it dry off because, well, I don't want all this stuff in the shop. That's a little better. Cleaned up pretty nice. I wasn't using a high pressure power washer. I was using a cheapy one. So, not a perfect job by any stretch, but knocked the cobwebs off of it. Got the leaves out from in between the bed. And you know what that means? Look at this, folks. Zazu stopped in, he's lending me a hand. The brakes actually work with a little bit of fluid I dumped in it. So it's definitely leaking brake fluid from somewhere, but it has just enough at the bottom of the pedal to stop it. So backing this into the shop now, and we'll see what the underneath looks like. Wow, I can't believe that that built some pressure. That's awesome. Look at this thing. It's got the brake lights, dude. Somebody took care of this. Somebody definitely took care of this. Yep, come back. You're at the bump. All right. All right, do we trust this lift?
You lock it by going down, right?
Oh, we don't lock things. No? Locking things is for women. Oh, dude, this thing's fucking mint underneath. I mean, listen, she's got some rust, but look at that. So the issue is the frame rails. Okay, we could fix those. They're not even that bad. Yeah, dude, the frame rails aren't even that bad. I mean, it's not great, but no significant leaks. Instead of putting on new straps for the plastic gas tank, they just used ratchet strap, which is OSHA approved. Yeah.
Hey, Dodo.
A little bit of leaking from the transmission. Oil pan's totally dry. A little bit of leakage from the front diff. Other than that, this thing looks frickin' mint. Now that I have the truck on the lift, I can see that the rust damage is not that bad. Yes, the frame rail needs repair, but it is fixable, and the rest of the truck is really not in that bad a shape. So aside for a couple of rusted out brake lines, this thing's ready to go into service, so I think. You have to keep in mind that it does have rod knock, and I soon find out there is a transmission issue. The one on the left here on the screen, it's gone. The one on the right, that's going to come off. So I think I'm going to go for the layup first and then break my teeth on this harder part. What I might end up doing is just replacing this whole little block. Got my phone real quick. Shout out to Dodge for the little access panel right here. That's pretty cool. They put an access panel because they know the brake lines are going to rot out and you're going to need to get to them. So fast forward a few minutes. I pulled those two fittings out, and I'm glad I did because they are two different sizes, and the pre-made O'Reilly's line I bought is way too long. So I'm gonna take my fittings and my old lines back to O'Reilly's and return these. Find the right ones. Well, I'm not gonna say that was easy, but it's got new hard lines where it needed it, and it's got brakes again. They're not the greatest brakes. I like a nice hard pedal, and that's definitely not it. But maybe there's some air between here. Maybe the master needs to be rebled or something like that, which I could do. For now, I'm letting all the smoke burn off of it. It's smoking profusely. It's got a little bit of a knock to it, but I think the old gas and oil's causing that. But other than that, thing's cherry. So, okay, maybe not ready to drive, but it will stop if it rolls now. I have to figure something out there. So after a few minutes of warming up, I decided to take the truck to go get some fresh gas. And that's where I realized there are some transmission issues. Now, this could be from sitting, but the 1 to 2 shifts hard, 2 to 3 has a flare, and then randomly in third gear at moderate throttle, it seems to pop out of gear. I did not film this, but you got to trust me on that. I think there's something wrong with the transmission, or possibly just from sitting, the valve body's a little gummed. Well, as anticlimactic as this video is, there's no such thing as hiding that. So obviously, if somebody bought it, they would buy it knowing it needs the frame repair. And then it's up to me if I keep it long enough if I'm going to do that on it. So for now, that $500 truck is now a $150 for the tow, $30 in lines. That's now a $700 truck. The next episode's going to be real fun. It's going to be about the nitrous truck.